Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another featured series match casted by me, Mark Sturmer, aka Doom. Let me introduce myself. I am a semi-pro caster who has covered a variety of open tournaments and show matches. I'm not very well known in the community, but I'm always seeking to provide excellent analytical commentary that focuses on why players are making the decisions that they're making in-game, and doing so in an exciting fashion, creating an emotional experience for the viewer. But enough about me. I am casting a regular season matchup from the CSL, that is the Collegiate Star League. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Collegiate Star League, it is a weekly broadcast of team matches. It's gone for 5 seasons, from 25 teams in their inaugural season to over 200 teams in their just 5th season. It's an awesome, organized website, and it's filled with a lot of great content. If you haven't been there, I highly suggest you go check them out. They're sponsored by Twitch and Raid Call, and Season 6 is just around the corner. In fact, this is an application to cast for Season 6 of the CSL, and I am very happy for the opportunity that CSL has provided, and proud to be casting this game, because it features none other than my alma mater, Rutgers University, taking on University of Massachusetts Amherst. And let's get right into the game and introduce our players. On the right hand side of the map, he is sporting the Scarlet Red from Rutgers University. He is Mike. And on the left side of the map, GSL dual site, the Purple Protoss from the University of Massachusetts Amherst. He is Natengall. And I'm just going to go on a little bit more about the CSL, because they're so awesome. They dream of esports, filling stadiums, broadcasting esports to TV, and essentially making StarCraft 2 super mainstream, and that is an awesome, ambitious goal. Certainly something that I want to be a part of, and certainly something that everyone involved with esports is dreaming of happening. The GSL, MLG, Kespo, they've all gone very far in terms of broadcasting, especially to the internet audience. But getting StarCraft mainstream is really where we're going to see a larger influx of players. And we're going to see this probe actually sneaking into the Zerg base. This is a 2-player map, so it's very easy to get a quick scout off on your opponent. 15 comes up, and we see no hatch going down yet for the Zerg player. Does seem a little preoccupied over here with scouting and harassing in the Zerg base, but he is going to throw down a pool on 15. And the Zerg's going to come back in here and try to see what he can see. Mike, you need to be careful with your drone. He is not an attacking unit. He's down to 4 HP. 1 HP. And he's going to get out of there okay. Okay, so Mike flirting with a little bit of danger there with his worker unit. It's going to get out okay, losing nothing. If we look at the worker count, it is 15 probes to 16 drones. This probe is dancing in a pyramid formation, going to block the hatch from going down. And Mike looks like he does want to take the hatchery after this quick pull and gas. Currently mining with 3 workers there. Pylon goes down, is going to block the hatchery. And Mike is going to be delayed. He has the option of taking this third, but on dual site, that is not something that is very popular, considering that the map itself has a lot of outlets in each area of your expansions where you can be attacked, counter-attacked, attacked with a bunch of stuff. Any type of attacks on this map are insanely common. It is a map where you can never really feel safe, especially if the Protoss wants to attack from this angle down on the lower side of the base with Blink Stalkers. You can often see drops coming in from this area, or even Nidus Worms from creative Zerg players. And it's not to say Mike is not a creative Zerg player. We will see what he is doing, what he is thinking, and how he's going to approach this matchup. Looks like he's going to scout out the map looking for forward pylons that the Protoss player may have planted. Considering the fact that the Protoss didn't go for any type of 2-base play, this is a little suspicious for Mike. Assuming perhaps something like a 4-gate. 3-gate pressure is the smart thing to do. And let's see where he reroutes that Ling coming back here. I'm going to try to move this Queen down to start to get the production ramped up at the second hatch. And as long as he is preventing the Protoss from expanding here, Mike's going to be in a good position. Not producing a lot of Lings, but he is researching Ling speed. And this Ling is going to come down even further to check out the fact that, no, there really isn't anything out on the map for the Protoss player. With 1 sentry, he's going to be relatively safe on the ramp from any type of run-bys, and it looks like he does want to start to make the charge down to drop the expansion. Sentry's tickling away those Zerglings. Zealot is just a little bit too slow, but the Zerg player Mike is going to get a good idea that now, okay, Protoss does want to take expansion, and he'll swoop back down here
Metamorphosis complete.
to confirm. And immediately he takes another gas, so it looks like he does want to ramp his tech up ever so slightly. Will he try to put on some type of 2 base pressure? This is a very, very late expansion from the Protoss, and if we look here, this Overlord is going to confirm everything in the Protoss player's base. Great scouting by Mike. Fantastic scouting by Mike. He's going to see the fact that both gases have been taken, and there are 3 gates that have just been transformed. Sentry here is going to tickle at this Overlord. Another one's going to join in, and they will take that down eventually, but Mike has gotten all the information that he needs. Additional gateway going down with the Forge at the front of the ramp. These Zerglings can come around and pressure the Nexus. There isn't a lot down here to defend. If we go to the unit counting station here, 5 sentries in production. The 14 Lings that are now all running down. The running of the Lings. He can put a lot of pressure down on the pros from this side. He doesn't actually have to sack them. Let's see what he does. Okay, does not lose any Lings. That is actually a really good move there by Mike. Throwing the Protoss around. Letting him know, okay, you are vulnerable in this spot. Photon cannon there. Go to the production tab. Looks like actually a Roach Warren is about to finish, and the lair has been started. Double spawn crawler here at the front for Mike, so no interest in actually going up to 3 bases. This is an interesting decision. 3rd gas going down. Perhaps he wants to go into some type of tech here. Definitely wants to go into some type of tech here. 4th gas going down. Protoss player is chrono boosting out level 1 upgrades, weapon upgrades, and throwing down the robotics facility. We also see Blink on the way. So 2 things to note here. The income is slightly higher for the Zerg player, and that's based on the fact that he has more Harvesters currently in play. But the Protoss player does have chrono boost and does have the ability to double produce probes, which he's not doing at this moment. Okay, just started back up. 8 roaches in production. Hydrolus Den on the way. Hydrolus Den on the way. Very interesting play here for Mike, the Rutgers University player. Gonna swing down around here with the Lings, and he does have a small opening to attack a couple of these pros, but I believe the Photon Cannon will deter any type of attacks. He can at least very much see that the Protoss player is not interested in moving out right now. If we go to see what Natengall has seen, it's not a lot. He actually has not got any scouting down. He's not aware of the fact that his opponent is on lair. He's not aware of the fact that a Hydrolus Den and a Roach Warren are down. Roach speed almost done. Hydrolus range almost done. 4 Hydras in production. We see a decent sized army here for Mike comparably to the fact that Natengall doesn't really have that much. Only 4 gates to produce from. A lot of cannons going down. It looks like he's expecting pressure to come in here. But without the unit count, okay, 2 more gates going down. That's going to be good. Will they be in time, though? Will they be in time? That is the question. Force fields miss. He's going to wish he saved those for the incoming attack. And using Guardian Shield. But it looks like these Hydras have no interest in waiting. They're going to rush all the way down here. And this is not a good place for these sentries to be. They are very vulnerable here. All this energy's on these sentries. Needs to drop some force fields down. Those are not the right way to drop the force fields. You want to drop them in the front. And he's going to lose 4 sentries there. That was a huge investment for Natengall to make early in the game. And he wants those sentries to stick around pretty much all game. At this point, that other sentry is going to get... Oh, great micro there from Natengall. The next is going to get picked away at. The cannons are not doing a whole lot of damage to the roaches. It looks like at the very least he's going to lose this gateway. +2 attack research on this forge as well. This is going to be very crucial if this gets picked off. And it does. And he's just going to back away here is Mike. Natengall, unable to get his units in the optimal position to attack. Guardian Shield is going to go down. But the effect of Mike's pressure taking this third base, it's all going to start snowballing very soon. Look at the production here. 2 evolution chambers going down. Pathogen glands on the way. An infestation pit was dropped. Right there. And it looks like this chainling did get into the base. And if we go again to the scouting of Mike, he sees everything. He doesn't see these 2 additional gates. But he does see the fact that the robotics bay and 2 other gates were planted down. So at the very least, he does know the fact that the Protoss does want to make a lot of units. But can he make a lot of units at this point? He's on 50 harvesters. His income is slightly lower than the Zerg, who is now populating this third base. Roach Hydra composition for Mike. 2 infestors on the way, so that's going to help with throwing some fungals down. And Natengall, you're moving out, Natengall. Your Colossus Bay is on the way, though. You sure you don't want to wait for some Colossus, Natengall? Does want to drop the third base here. So perhaps this is just for some slight pressure. As we mentioned earlier in the game, you can blink up and do a lot of harassment into the Zerg base. As we see, Mike's army is slightly out of position. He is moving it up into a better position right now. Perhaps expecting the fact that an attack's coming to choke. And he sees it! With the Creep Tuner's great fungal going down. Natengall needs to blink back into the base. Oh, but he only blinks half the Stalkers. Natengall getting 3 Stalkers in here. Going to focus down a Queen immediately, but he has already lost a lot of units. Taking down a few Roaches here. But that's not going to be enough damage, and it's not enough units to take on the army. And the huge, sick composition coming from Mike here. With +1/+1 on the way, he may want to wait for that to hit. But I think Mike is going to be very wise as he sees the third base going down now to, yes, run across the map and attack his opponent. First Colossus is on the way, range is on the way, but it is not going to be in time to defend this third base. He's going to have to fall back here immediately. These cannons are not going to go up. Not getting a cancel down on those cannons. Natengall is in a tough spot here. Mike's supply is growing ever rapidly. One Immortal here to defend, but that can get focused down so quickly by these Hydras who are dealing out tons of damage right now. 3 more Infestors on the way. He's used his Infestors primarily for defense this game. And that really mobile Hydra Roach composition is keeping the Protoss at bay and making him feel pretty uncomfortable, still not knowing the fact that his opponent's on 3 bases going up to 4. Natengall's in a lot of trouble here. If he had an observer out on the map, he could tell where his opponent's army was moving, but he's not even aware of the fact that an army is incoming and getting a great concave on this expansion. He's going to be able to rally down from all sorts of angles here. Infested Terrans going down to add to the DPS. It looks like this Colossus is shelling out. The probes being pulled. The probes being pulled. Build the unit count. The probe count is falling dramatically. That is not what Natengall wants at this point here. Army count is staying relatively stable for Mike. He's going to focus down that first Colossus. And he's going to focus down the Nexus. Natengall is down to 1 base at this point. And his army is very deteriorating here. Deteriorating very rapidly, shall I say. Oh, man. Mike is rallying in from all locations. He has a great surround. Another Colossus going down. A little bit of Immortal pickup over here for Natengall, but he's going to get chased to the top. Mike can just go up the ramp if he wanted to right now, but he's going to focus on the army. Great blink up into the base to preserve these units. And Mike has done the damage he needs to do. He's sitting at 180 supply. He is in full control of the game at this point. Has not tech pass 1-1, but it does not really matter. We look at the army upgrades for Natengall. It's only on +1. That +2 was never started anywhere. It looks like it is being chrono boosted out right now. But with Infestors with Fungal, Natengall, this is such a dangerous move that Immortal is not going to last very long. It's getting picked off, and there we see the GG. Mike bringing it home for Rutgers in the ace match and taking home the series. Now, I did do a little bit of research on these 2 teams. Looks like University of Massachusetts did make the playoffs, but they lost their first match. And Rutgers, of course, made the playoffs, won their first match, but was taken down in the second round. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been another broadcast by Doom for the CSL Collegiate Star League application process. They're looking for new casters, and I definitely want to cast for this organization. Again, it is an awesome, organized website. They've got so much great content on there featuring replay packs from all of the universities. Basically, you can go there, look up a university, and you can follow their entire season and their entire run through the regular season. I'm sure some of these games have VODs. I'm not sure where they're available on the internet, but I'm sure a quick Google search could reveal some of that information. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the format, they do 3 1 vs 1s, 1 2 vs 2, and then a 1 vs 1 ace match. And it's in the style of the old school Korean Kespa. It's really, really awesome. It's a great cause, a great initiative, and it's a fantastic organization that is only going to grow from here. Mainstream sports is such a great outlet for people to reach others who enjoy the sports but aren't able to compete at the collegiate level. And the great thing about the CSL is that it ranges from semi-professional players to professional players to complete amateurs. And the beauty of the sport is that everyone can compete, and you can set up your roster in a way to make your team viable. And it's a very exciting time to be involved with esports. And again, I want to thank the CSL for making this opportunity available. I want to thank all of you guys for viewing this cast. And I'm always looking to improve on my casting style. If you have any feedbacks, comments, suggestions, feel free to leave a comment. I'm going to post this live on YouTube that you can watch. And you can also reach me at Twitter at DoomSC2. And that's going to be it for me, you guys. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'm excited to come back with more StarCraft 2 action in the future.